He talked running backs yesterday as they will practice today and then an off day. So they went 5 on, 1 day off, 5 on, 1 day off, and now they go 2 day, 1 day off, 2 day, 1 day off. So Jabari Small has gone from. They said he was barely 200, which means you're probably barely 190 last year. So he's 199 at best, pushing it, and now he's at the 212, 215 range, and
Ooh,
that's a lot of steak. He said he did steak. He went
that's a
bovine.
big boy. That's a big boy.
Yeah, for a 5'11" frame, especially. And it was really funny, Amanda, the conversation that he had with the media yesterday. And it was it was when everything was literally raining down upon Tennessee's program. And it was the Ole Miss game. And he's sitting there in that Ole Miss game and he's thinking, now this is before the mustard bottles and all this stuff. But he's thinking to himself, I'm tired. I'm I'm tired. And he said to himself during that game in the second half, he said, I've got to do something in my to my body so that I'm not tired later in games and I'm more durable. And he's done that. 15
What
pounds of
did he
muscle,
do?
ate a lot of steak, and I'm sure there were some protein drinks, but he did say steak was one of the main things. And he hit the gym harder. I mean, really, if you have a significant amount of muscle, biggest challenge for him is probably just eating. He's probably sick of eating.
Oh, what a shame.
That's terrible. Do you want
That's
to
so bad. I do not feel his pain
do
whatsoever.
you want to meet for lunch today? As
Just
we
have a cow. It'll be
yeah,
fine.
as we have
One cow.
fried food and stuff. And, but yeah, so that's kind of where he is. All right, so I want to get to that momentarily. And Jabari Small, should Tennessee be encouraged or discouraged by what you heard yesterday in the running backs? Because Justin Williams Thomas, I think we thought was just going to boom, take over the role. But now he has shown flashes, but not been the guy that people ultimately thought would be able to step in and be the starter from day one. I'm not surprised. They've got to worry about pass protection first. I think Justin Williams Thomas is going to be fine. And then lastly, Jalen Wright with a quad injury might not be ready until the opener. That's scary to me, Amanda, when you have a guy that is not shown that he's ready in Justin Williams Thomas, and then you have Jalen Wright that has a quad injury, and he's not going to see playing time until, or he's not going to see full contact until the first game. That's a little scary for me. That's a little thin at running back. If something were to happen to Jabari, then you're very, very concerned.
Well, don't they have Dylan Sampson too?
They have Dylan Sampson, very fast, and a guy that I think can have an impact as a speedster. I kind of wonder if he's Jabari Small of last year. Yeah, is he a guy that can handle the ball more than 12 times per game, 12, 15 times per game? That would surprise me. So,
Well, I mean, I think that if you have Jabari Small and he's as big as they say he is, um, and you have Dylan Sampson backing him up, I think you're good. You're good. And if something happens to one of the two, then you bring in, DJT, the DWT. I don't
there's
know where I got that.
another.
JWT. Lord have mercy. I might be a little dyslexic.
Yeah,
Just realized that.
you're catching it from me. Well, I think JWT is going to be the answer. But listen, you've got a Heisman candidate. I choose my words very carefully at quarterback. Heisman candidate. There are 100 Heisman candidates, okay? But you have a Heisman candidate as your quarterback. So if you can't pass protect, it ain't happening. It ain't going
Yes.
down. You're not going to be in the
Well,
game.
somebody's going down, but not
Yeah.
in a good way.
Yeah, you don't want Hendon Hooker going down because
No.
obviously there's questions about the backup quarterback situation, but you just have this chemistry right now already, Amanda, that you certainly wouldn't want to disrupt. Listen, Tennessee gave up a ton of sacks last year. Some of that was Hendon Hooker's fault. I would go ahead and tell you right now that I think there is a really good chance that Tennessee cuts that sack total sacks given up in half. And I'm going to get into that more on offthehooksports.com, but part of that's Hooker getting the ball out quicker. He wasn't perfect, he wasn't ready last year. Part of that is the offensive line returning 4 or 5 starters, and I think they'll end up being better at the tackle positions where most of the pass rush comes. And part of that's Cooper Mays, who I know is works with us on the website, and check out the Vol report with him. And I'm not just saying that because we work together. I think that he is a very smart young man that's going to get people in the right position.